Agak cannot video dia.
Okay, so this chapter we are now going is Form 1, Chapter 6, linear equation. So you see the word linear equation is related to our topic that we will study in Form 4, which is linear law. So if you see general formula of linear equation, I think everyone knows this.
Boy, your image I can't see properly. They like the one be blurrish. Bit.
Cannot. I pull near. Think now better.
You clean the lens a bit, your laptop lens.
Okay.
Yeah, should be okay now. A bit.
Am I last? Okay. So the general form is actually y equals mx plus c. So you need to know the what do y, mx, and c represent. So y is actually representing the value when x is 0, m is the gradient, c is the y-intercept, and the x value is the x-intercept. So when you say y-intercept means when x equals 0, when it cuts this y-axis, or if you say x-intercept means y equals 0 when it cuts the y-axis. When it cuts the x-axis. So first question is which one will you say is linear equation, A or B? So mainly for Ishan lah. Based on the graph. Okay, so you said B. Okay, if you say B, if you seen this graph in physics for number B, this kind of graph. Usually, what they will write, whether is this like directly proportional or inversely proportional. Uh, yeah, got right. So this one is actually directly proportional or inversely proportional. If I draw like this, like in a curved way. Either got two choices. Yeah, inverse, right? So if inversely proportional, usually we won't call it as linear equation. It won't be linear. Because this one is actually y equals 1 over x. I mean k over x, like if you had a constant. Because in physics, we write like this, right? Use this sign. Y inversely proportional to x. So actually the x here is power -1. But linear, right? The x is power 1. So this should be the answer, actually.
Wait,
Uh,
so you were telling linear cannot be what? I can't mean sorry.
Linear should always be power 1, the x variable. Then only can be linear.
Oh, alright. Because the
Yeah.
about the one the inverse proportion is -1, right? The power.
Yeah, power -1, the physics one.
Alright.
Mm. So this is the basic law about linear. This one, the graph can be anywhere. It can be here, it can be here, like this, as long as it's in a straight line. So that would be a linear. As long as it can form this kind of equation, then it should be a linear. So this is the first part. Take picture about this. So it's the basic one. So you'll always draw this kind of line in linear law. Always they will ask to draw the graph. Right? So you will expect a graph like this. Probably it won't come to the negative side of the axis, but usually we will like something like this, maybe closer to the zero in advance. So that's how it goes. So now, since we have the equation already, so we are going to study the effects of the changes of the variables one by one in the equation. So Adi, this one you can answer also, if you want.
Alright, so I compete with you.
No lah, not compete, just answer.
Alright, I waiting for the simultaneous equation. What the one? Then I can compete which one
Hey,
better.
that one so
Elimination or
not so
substitution.
fast.
You don't play, elimination. Last week elimination will win this time.
Anything also can.
Uh,
Effects of changes of m. So m is the gradient in the equation. So if I have two graphs like this, use the other one. If I have two graphs like this, x, y, 0, let's say I put one like this, let me think, like this, and another one I put like this. So do you think the gradient of both these graphs have the exact same value?
Boy, I can't see the sun. I only can see like one part of the graph only.
One is
Like,
straight line, one is going up, one is straight line going down.
oh, so you're saying, oh, one of it is a negative of the other because
Yeah,
why? Because when you have a negative gradient, it means the gradient that is negative will make the plot to go down. Why? Because when we put y is to mx plus c, and then when we put our values inside like 1, 2, 3, like we put x is equal 1, 2, 3, you will make the y to go down. You become some of it will become negative, some of it will be reduced. But if you put a positive one, you will put like y equals to x plus 2. Okay, the gradient is 1. So when you put x is 1 or 2, so you increase, so from 1 to you go to 2, you go to 3, you go to 4.
yeah. So that's what Aldeep said. So actually, basically, this both of these graphs will have a constant gradient, means the m is constant. Because when you take two random points on this graph, anywhere, this should have the same gradient if I compare with this. This and this should be equal. Same with here. Only thing here is negative because it's going down. So this one will be negative something. And then this one also will have negative, but the same value as this. So yeah, that's about it. Here, this one, there will be a constant increase in every point. So this will be called as a constant increase, this graph. Yeah, constant increase. And then here will be a constant decrease because it's linear. So let me see. Um, so if you want to prove, right, if you want to prove that these two graphs is actually one you say is positive and negative, you can actually do it by putting random points. So this to give confidence to Ishan, like what we are saying, whether it's true or not. So we do the same thing. So let's say I put like this. So if you want this one, in fact, we know it's positive. So now I'll ask Ishan to calculate the gradient and see. So let's say I put this one is 1, this one is 2, this one is 6, this is 5. So what is the gradient of this line? Alif, you can tell also.
Oh, very easy. What you do is you take the y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Or you can take any 2 points from the graph, but make sure if both of the values, the x and y, must be inside the formula and must be 2 points. So it must be altogether will be 2 points with x and y. So you must substitute inside the formula.
Yeah. So Ishan, you can calculate this one. I give you the points 1, 2, and 6, 5. You use this formula y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So it's x1, y1, x2.
Bull can't see the word.
Huh?
Can't see like the line.
Wait,
Alright.
Okay.
B now can see, but I need a bit lighting lah. But okay.
So Ishan, wait, Ishan answered earlier.
The x is what?
X is 1, 2.
So 1, 2, and
This one is 6, 5.
6, 5. Okay, what you do, Ishan? If you say got 1, 2, and 6, 5, right? So you take the 5 minus with 2 over with the 6 minus with 1. So you altogether get 3 over 5, if I'm not mistaken, the gradient.
Yeah, correct. So this is proven. This one will be positive. So this is the way you can check your answer whether it will be positive or not. Even if you extend down here, so you get negative value.
Hey, can you show how you did again?
Yeah, can. Finally you come.
Sorry, day.
It's okay. This one, right?
Yeah.
So let me see. I'll give you another example. I go with the negative one now, the more complicated one maybe. So let's say I put a line like this. This the axis, this x-axis, this y-axis, this the origin. And then let's say I put a line like this. So we take this point. We take this point and this point, the x-intercept and y-intercept. So this one, in reality, you should get a positive answer for your gradient. This is the fact, because it's going this way. If this way is positive, If this way is negative. So how you prove it is we just put a random value. Let's say here is 2. Logic, because on right hand side of the x-axis you should get a positive value. And then let's say down here is negative 3. Below the y-axis you get negative 3, right? So the
Yes.
coordinate here is 2, 0. Can, right? And then the other coordinate here is 0, negative 3. So then you apply this formula. You know the gradient formula, right?
The one you say the y1 minus y2 minus y1
Yeah,
x2.
done. So that's the one we'll use to count the gradient. So this coordinate, you know how to label, right? Like this is 2, 0, this is 0, negative 3, right?
How?
Based on x and y. Because here this is cutting the y-axis, so you have to take this value and put here as your y coordinate. Then you
Okay.
need 0, negative 3 like that. That's how you get your coordinate. And then here also it's cutting the x-axis, right? So the
Yeah.
x coordinate should be 2. So 2, 0. That's how you get it. Because on the axis here 0. Can, right?
So must I take like the 3 0 minus the 0 negative 3?
Depends which one you label as x1, y1 or x2, y2. You can put randomly
That Ishan,
anything.
right? You can take any value one. Like you want to start with the first value on the graph on the point there, or you use the from the second one, so can to put in the formula. So
So,
the arrangement not important lah. This is only the make sure your y2, y1, x2, x1 is there lah, and the x1 and y1 is like the 1 point. X2, y2 is the 1 point. So you can put
oh,
any point you want the one.
Yeah. As long as you label it correctly. If you choose this point to be x1, y1, then here should be x2, y2 automatically. These two will go together. If you choose
okay.
here as x2, y2, then here will be x1, y1. But make sure your x is on your left, then y is on the right. That's how the coordinate goes.
Oh, okay.
So we use in the formula, let's say I choose this as x1, y1, and then this one as x2, y2. So if you put y2 in, is negative 3. We sub inside y2. Then minus y1 is 0. You put minus 0. Over x2 is 0. So x2 here is 0. And then here is 2. So you get negative 3 over negative 2. Negative divide negative, you get positive.
Positive.
Yeah? This is proven. This is to get a positive gradient. No matter even if you cut the negative region. So this is how you tell a gradient of a question. You understand, right?
Oh, understand, bro.
Yeah. So this is the concept. So negative is just the opposite thing. You find the gradient, same thing, same way. So that one is okay. So that is the effect of changes of M. One more thing is on the gradient thing, how you determine which has the highest gradient or lowest gradient, the value itself. So I'll draw 4 lines so that you can choose which one has the highest or lowest gradient. So I see first. Which one has the lowest gradient I want?
Ishan, I give you tip there, Ishan. You know staircase, right?
Yeah.
So if you go staircase, our school staircase is not as steep, right? But if
Yeah.
you go to Botanical Garden, the staircase are steep, right?
I never been to Botanical Garden day.
Or
Just
if you go like
imagine a steep staircase.
steep staircase, like a staircase like very narrow and very up, make you very tired to go up one.
Uh-huh.
So that staircase, right, the one where make you very high, very tired means go high gradient, go that has the most gradient. The
So A
one
has the most gradient, right?
it has the
Yeah,
most
correct.
gradient.
This is the highest gradient.
Uh,
So if lowest means which one?
Because
Has to
it
be
is
T,
the
right?
what
Yeah,
easiest
correct.
to walk.
Easiest to go up.
Like you're trying to push a ball on top. Which one is easier? This one easier. Right?
Yeah.
Trying to push a
D.
ball on top here is hard.
Yeah.
Always the middle option you can ignore because that won't be the highest or lowest. Only it'll be either A or D. This also asked in physics. Sometimes you'll see these graphs, so it helps also. This is the effect of changes of M. And then there's one more which is the effect of changes of C. But C is the always come with it.
The combo of Boven and Ardit.
Deluxe, deluxe
Unstoppable
combo.
duo.
Hey, how come he didn't enter? Oh yeah, now he's here. Okay, so I think later hours can watch the recording lah for this. So this part I will go.
Shall we carry on algebra?
Yeah, coming already. This one just the introduction.
No, talking algebra lah.
Effect of changes on C. So let's say I draw a graph like this, and I put an equation like this and like this. If I say these two equations are parallel, and I say one of the equations gradient is 2, so this equation will have what gradient?
Should be 2 as well.
Yeah, correct. So that's the parallel concept. And then if I say this cuts at 5, this cuts at -2, so these lines y-intercept, what's the value?
-3.
Which one? How you get -3?
5 minus -2.
Oh, no need. This one's actually directly the answer already. It's
Oh.
5. Because it's where you cut the axis, right? I told this is the point, I just assume it's 5. So just
Oh.
say y-intercept is 5. Then this is also same concept. This y-intercept will be -2.
Oh, okay.
So it's basically like you move the line downwards, like from on top, you go down below the x-axis. So below x-axis, you'll get a negative y-intercept, and then on top, you'll get a positive one. So that's the concept for effects of changes of C. So almost done already.
Hallelujah.
If always got any questions, can ask also.
Okay.
Your Aurus didn't come school.
Oh, that's why I come Arus.
Sleeping.
Oh,
Stupid.
You already told the reason, very good, and it's recorded.
just imagine Cikgu Vijay saying, hey, oh Lord.
God, Aurus.
So there's actually one more thing called zero gradient or undefined gradient actually. So this one is a bit, you won't use it much lah, but it's just a concept to know. Usually gradient you'll get a value, but this one is just the basic stuff lah. So if I say this line is like this, exactly straight, parallel to this y-axis, parallel we usually put these arrows lah to show. So what is the gradient of this line?
It'd be the same as Y, right?
Yeah, so what is the y-axis gradient?
I can't see the whiteboard there.
No need to know, just like
0. Is it 0?
Yeah, 0.
Oh, okay.
So you say this is 0, right? Yeah, so that's basically 0. Of course, you can say here, this point, I put a random point, right? 3, 0. And then I take another random point, let's say, this point will have the same coordinate as this because it's a straight line. So wherever you go, you'll still have the same x coordinate of 3. Only
Okay.
your y coordinate will change because you see, this one is responding to this side of the y-axis. So it has a higher value than 0 because you are moving up. So this one, if you want to find the gradient, use this formula again. So you will get 3 minus 0 over 3 minus 3. If I assume this is x2, y2, this is x1, y1. So that's how I get it. So you just assume many of your pairs as that. And then you will get 3 over 0. So actually when you get anything over 0, right, you type in your calculator, if you have now, like you will see a thing math error, I think, or what. I think you'll get math error. Anything divide 0, which also means it's undefined. Undefined means infinity. You've seen before, right? I think so. I can 8 like that. So that's
So
the
will one day in the future the undefined will be found in maths, in the next syllabus or what? We must find the undefined.
they won't ask. I actually got, because in remember your functions chapter, right? They will put like 2 over 3 minus x. Then you have to state the value, isn't it? X cannot be equal to 3. So that's the concept here. Because if you put 3 minus 3 0, 2 over 0 is undefined. Same thing. Let's see. 3 over 0. So
Oh,
that's why the question will always put a condition where x cannot be 3. Because if x is 3, then you'll get the same value as this. Cannot solve.
I
So
see,
that's
I
the
see.
thing. Yeah. If undefined gradient will go I mean, if zero gradient, it will go the other way, like this. It will be parallel like this.
Ah, like mati already.
Yeah, that's zero lah, because you will get eventually an answer of zero over something. Let's
Hey,
say
don't
x.
make fun of zero no boo, and one day that zero will become a hero.
Alamak.
That one
Hopefully
I
I'm
cannot.
that zero who becomes a hero lah. No?
Yes,
That one I cannot move. So this one you'll get zero over x. So if anything zero divide a number, you won't get undefined. Only if you take a number divide zero is undefined. If you get zero over something, you'll get zero. That's why this one has zero gradient. Can imagine lah, something like lying flat like that is zero lah, like the x-axis. So x-axis also has zero gradient, and then the y is undefined. X-axis is zero. So yeah, this is the basic concept. Y-axis is undefined.
Bro, you can snap picture and send down.
Yeah, can.
Mr. Boo, I can't see the detail. What the whole?
Because the ink color is not good.
Made in China.
Hey yo, RD sponsor iPhone lah. Camera ni.
Oh, that's why they. The Porsche got made their own phone. Porsche.
I don't know.
Just imagine that they
Careful,
fly in the phone. Alright, shall we begin, Algebra?
What you want? What the? Oh, the one, the simultaneous one.
I saw a bit this one.
Yeah, you can start that first if you want.
Alright, guys. Can you see my screen?
Wait ah.
Alright.
I pin. Okay. Wait. Okay, yes.
Okay, guys. So now we'll be learning. Before we will continue to the chapter 3 simultaneous equations, we would like to go again to the basics. So now what we do here is, now as we see in any simultaneous equation, what we do is first we'll know which is our equation. So this will be first equation, this will be second
Wait
equation.
Ardi, before we start, the first equation is 5 over 2 times.
X
X. Oh, sorry.
x plus 3y equals to
5 over 2 x plus 3y equals to
2.
Okay.
Then the next one 3x plus 8y equals 4.
Okay.
Alright, bosses. Now, first what step we'll do is we'll name the equation. So the first one will be that one on top, and the second one will be the below one. So which one will be easier for me to make equation now?
Second equation.
Alright. So what I can do is in this second equation, what I can do is I'll put is 3x equals to, from the second equation from 2, I want to make an equation. Okay. From 2, I make an equation. So 3x equals to 4 minus 8y.
What?
So we want to make it a single variable. What we do is we take x equals to 4 minus 8y over the 3. Okay, from here we already got the x already. So now what we can do is we can take this x, we can substitute in the first equation. Okay, you got it right?
Wait, Ardi, go down.
Okay.
How you make the x 4 minus 8y over 3?
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Divided by 3. Wait, I show to you all. Use different color. Okay.
Because you divide both sides by 3.
So what I did is 3x will be divided by 3. And then 4 will be divided by 3. Because if 3x is divided by 3, that means the other side all must divided by 3. Like, you know, when you go to the store, there is Naracha, the one they balance the thing on top.
Oh.
So it's like same thing like the equation. That there's two Naracha, so this if one is very heavy, the other flow.
Oh, that's how you took out the 3x. I mean the 3 from the 3x lah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Alright.
Buven lah. RD and Buven combo.
Expensive no combo. Alright. So from here, Now, alright, from this x equal 4 8 minus y over 3, I got this x already. So I know the I know the x value. So that means I can substitute this x value inside 1. So I take this x minus 4 8y over 3 divided over 3, go inside
The
the equation 1.
first equation.
Yes, boss. So now we took 5 over 2 x and tambah with. So 3 here, 4 minus 8y
Over 3,
over 3.
close bracket,
Then close bracket, and then equals to
equals
2.
2.
Alright. So now I want to show you some card. So from here, we know we 5 over 2, so we put 5 over 2 x first. Okay. Now 3 here, when I times with 4 minus 8y over 3, I want to show you a shortcut. What you can do is, you can do like that. You just take cut like that, you cut like that. You get 4 minus 8y straight away like that.
Oh,
You have to see how the trick is, because when you take, like I just now balance, like you see when I take the balance, right, like I balance is not the two pengimbas the one, right, in the market all you go, so got two balance, right. So when I go and add salt on the naracha, and then down there there's salt also. So when I add salt there and I take out the salt there, you still same one. Like okay lah, let's just say you all watch Indiana Jones lah. So when the guy want to take the diamond time, there will be a real diamond on the stone. So he wants to put a fake diamond on top of it. He will try to take out the diamond. But turn out when you want to take out the diamond, the fake diamond time, the batu all fall on him. So the same thing is here. The diamond here will be the 3 divided by 3 here, the real diamond, and the fake diamond times 3. So when I want to take the real diamond and put the fake diamond inside, suddenly the rock fall. So the same thing here, I cut both because both are the same. 3 times 4 minus 8, you get 12 minus 24y. When you divide it by 3 again, you get 4 minus 8y again, same thing. So to cut short, if you see times 3 here divided by 3, it's the same thing. So you get 4 minus 8y only. You understand?
Understand?
Yeah.
okay.
Alright. So then after b equals 2. Okay. Now, what I will do is the 5 over 2x minus with 8y. Okay. So will be like that 5 over 2x. When you minus with 8y, okay, will be minus 16 over 2y. Okay, y. Now let's just say 5. Okay, I show to you. 5 over.
Aldeep, how come the thing is still in two variables? The equation.
What do you mean, huh?
You put one
Oh.
place, I think. It's
X.
supposed to be in X.
Substitute in the X.
Yeah, good one.
Oh, me.
All come late also got damn pro.
Shit, man. Sorry.
No problem, Habib.
Right. So we take this x, we will substitute into the first equation. So, oh boy, this will be hard lah. I'll try. Okay. 4 minus 8y over with 3. Okay. This time you learn this one very complex but very easy, I see. So plus 3y goes to 2. Okay. How to solve? Okay. Very simple. But before this step, I want to teach you something. When a over b times with a over b, what you get is simple. You get a square
Over
over
B square.
b square.
Mhm.
So we apply this one same thing to here. So when 5 times with 4 and times with minus 8, you get 20 minus with 40y. Okay. Oh, yo, police on. Then we take the 2 times with the 3. We will get 6.
6.
So now you get
Oh.
3y here like that equals to
Mhm.
2.
Cardi, wait, hold on. Don't move the screen.
Alright, boss.
I can show on the ball also, it might be faster. Then I take picture and send.
So go color, Mike. 1, 2, 3. Oh no, thanks just now I will keep doing that then you burn lah.
Bowen with the eagle eyes.
Burn lah.
I thought how you were going to solve that one with two variables suddenly.
Shiva Einstein move.
Mm.
20. Okay, Mike.
Alright, boss. Okay. So now when we have like that, what I'll do is now when like this okay, I want to take out the six now. How I want to take out six? Just now I told you the story about the Indiana Jones, right? What I do is I times is six, the same thing. You got it right? The story of the Indiana Jones.
Times all with 6.
Times is six. So what you get is 20 minus with 40y plus with 18y equals to 16. And then when the Indiana Jones story there will be another story is when you go
Hey,
to
Ardi, I don't understand how you got the 16.
Aldi,
Is it 6
Aldi.
times 3 y? I don't know.
6 and 3 y
Oh,
18.
correct. 6
Wait,
times 3
wait,
y.
Aldi,
Then the.
yeah.
that one should be 12.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then you said you can see
Okay, now I understand.
the
Yeah. Okay.
Ishan, you know right the story of the Indiana Jones and the what the market one.
Honestly, I just going with the flow, ni I understand lah, so no worries.
Yeah. So okay lah, let's just say lah, one day the A over with B. So I want to take out the B. What I do? The Indiana Jones story I times with B. Just remember that lah. Indiana Jones will be easy. Then when you all understand, this one all
Yeah.
after this.
Yeah, understand. You just took the 20 minus 40, rewrite back, then 6 times 3 is 6 times 2. Is 6 times 3 y, then 6 times 2.
Ah,
Okay. Understand.
alright. So minus 22 y. When you okay now like that, I want to bring this filler here. So it'll be minus 8. So y will be minus 8 over
Oh, so
minus
20 minus 12 and negative 40 minus 18.
negative negative 40 plus 18, yeah.
Plus. Oh, sorry.
Plus.
Oh.
Alright. So when I bring there the minus 22y equals minus a, okay. What I do is take y minus 8 over minus 22, you get 8 over 22. Why? Because like I show you let's just say if here negative a over negative b, then the answer must be a over b. You understand? It's like a concept.
Mm-hmm.
So if it's negative, let's just say it's negative 4 over 5. So what will be the answer be?
Negative 4 over 5, positive 4 over 5.
Ah,
Oh.
So basically, you just substitute random values into the variables, then you can know already what is your final answer.
so after that, what you do, you take the y equal 8 over 22, you substitute in this one, the x here.
My legs.
Alright, so x will be x minus 4 minus 8.
Yo, it's not going to be complicated.
Okay, wait, slide up a bit.
Alright, boss.
I don't want to please.
You got calculator, Aldi.
He
Got
mind
that.
calculation, day. You see,
Oh.
you do everything in the mind. You just look at the question, you know already.
Wait.
Slide out a bit.
Alright, boss.
Okay. Yeah, already.
Yeah, boss.
Down a bit. Slide down a bit.
Alright.
Up there, you put y equals to negative 8 over 22 over negative 22, right? Then down you put y equals to positive 8 over 22. That one how you did, huh?
Because this one I told you the concept. If it's negative A over negative B, then you'll be A over B.
What?
Or simple like that lah. Simple lah. Never mind. I show you a simple way.
Just
down
press
here,
calculator, simple method. You already know
this
your
one,
answer.
this one
Calculator
negative
handle it.
22y equal negative 8, right? So I times I times both sides be negative 1, so I get 22y equals to 8.
Yeah, this is also another one. Yeah, this one.
Oh, okay.
So will be
It
y.
has to be positive, huh?
If the answer,
Both
if you
sides were
use
negative.
if both sides go negative, then the answer must be positive. If one side is negative, one side positive, then the answer must be negative.
Oh, okay, okay. Okay, boss can continue.
All right. So, okay. So over 3. Okay. Wait, put out this one different color. Okay. Over 3. So what we do is, okay, you can use mind calculation here. So 4 minus with, when 8, what I do here will times with here. So 4 minus with 8 times 8 is 64. If you calculate in the calculator, over with 22. Over with 3.
This one actually can press calculator straight and get answer.
So you can straight away plus in the calculator, which I will do now. So 4 minus
That
with,
one is x equals to plus a positive, right?
no. This time I'm showing a way because this time 4 minus 8 times with 8 over
Oh,
22.
so that one different. So it's x equals to 4 minus 8 bracket 8 over 22, right? Then the
Ah.
8 times with 8.
Ah,
Okay, okay.
64 over 22 over with 3. So it'll be 4 11. So it'll be a last answer will be 4 over 11. Okay, so that's the answer.
Same answer as y, isn't it? Same
Huh?
answer. Eh?
Same answer.
8 divide 22, you can simplify also.
Oh, so that means the answer here is like the
Wow.
same lah.
Wow, you created a very good equation, that means.
Oh my god.
Argit the genius.
Oh no, after this I can get Nobel Awards.
Noble lah. Fuh.
Not bad.
Nama you send Shibu Vijaya, she will arrange everything for you.
Flight ticket, go
Oh.
there.
A genius.
Adi, now my turn.
Alright.
Wait a minute, let me finish this.
Okay, boss.
What's the final answer? That one x equals to 4 over
11.
the one how you did the calculation? 4
Oh, what I did is in the
64
calculator.
you divided by 22.
No, first you do like that. So you take 4 minus 64 or 22 first, then you get the answer. After that, you divide with 3 again.
Oh, the answer 4 minus that one divide by 3.
Divide with
That's how you get 4 over 11, right?
4 11.
June di bang. Alright.
Are you
Now
all
what?
understand?
Yeah.
Alright.
Now we got another Nobel nominator.
This is a Nobel scientist.
Now you open question lah. Which one who want to answer? So can which one this line means what will be the equation you think if it's a straight line parallel to the y-axis?
0.
No equation.
Oh, equation. Oh, sorry.
Not gradient. The whole equation, like you remember the general form y equals mx plus c. So how will you express this straight line equation? Always you can try also because you're quite good with. But this one, in this case, it will be, let me see, it will be x in terms of something, not y in terms of something, because it's parallel. This one more clue is the equation of y-axis is actually x equals to 0. here if it's parallel to x-axis, the equation is y equals to 0 for the x-axis. It's the opposite of each other. So that's why here will come x, here will come y. Actually, this one no need calculation at all. Just use the value here.
Can't see what's the value.
1.
1.
Just 1. If you see this line, right, you think it will touch the y-axis if it's just a straight line like this.
No.
Yeah, so that's why the clue is that's why the c is 0 here, because it will never touch. Means you actually can ignore the c because it's 0 plus 0, there's no effect. So it's just y equals mx. You modify it from the original. So now if I ask the gradient of this straight line, what's the value?
1.
Huh?
Is it 1?
It won't be 1. This one, the 1 here is the value on the x-axis, not the gradient.
Oh,
The gradient you will find from 2 points on this line, not just 1 point. So this one, if straight line parallel to y-axis, it will be, remember this one, the sleeping one is at the gradient is m equals 0. But if it's straight, it's undefined, means that's why undefined. So if undefined means you can ignore the m also, because there's no effect. So left is y equals to x. And then now you realize, right, I told the y equation for y-axis, anything parallel, the equation is x equals 0. But now I put a value here, right? So that means x is 1. That's how you form the equation. That's all. X is 1 only. Because the gradient and y-intercept you neglect. Because there's no y-intercept and there's no gradient in the end. So that is the simplest form of an equation you can get. This one also is the same thing. If here it will be y is equals to negative 8. Because you see the gradient here is 0. So if you put 0 times an x value, you will anything also you will get 0, no matter what x value here. So that's the clue. So then that's it. There's no c, right? If you see here, the c value, you won't have anything. It's just a straight line parallel to the x-axis. So you can get it, right?
yes.
Okay. Already we can start with your one, chapter 6. Okay.
Chapter 6.
Yeah, Chan is Form 1, chapter 6 actually.
Alright, so what will be teaching the graph of?
You can choose either the question 10 or 16 for the simultaneous one we can do now from the module.
Alright, which module? The old one or?
The latest one, Fasa 2.
Oh,
You can refer the one I sent to you.
Yeah.
alright. So we doing chapter 3, eh?
Yeah. So everyone see the module and then we take a vote. Question 10 or 16 you want? Out of the
Alright.
two others.
Usually the earlier questions are easier, so I think question 10.
Say 10. Audi, what question you want?
What question?
10 or 16?
Is the answers? Okay. Question, the one I would like. Oh, question 10. I mean, I will go for it. How?
You want 10, huh?
10. Let's
Ah,
see.
then definitely 10 is majority. And we ask Horace now. Horace, you want 10 or 16?
Wait.
This one's the decider because I will go for 16. So now it's 2 versus 1.
No, I already go question 10 or else we die.
Yeah, question 10.
Okay, question 10 wins.
Thank you, Aris.
Right. So, okay, let me see.
Aldi, I show, huh?
Oh, yes. But, my okay. That's why my computer kena hacked by China. Alright. So, okay, let me draw and make you all understand what they want. Okay. Can you see the screen?
Yes.
Okay. See what color? Brown. Okay. Okay. So they say a piece of wire length of 40 cm is bent into the shape as shown in diagram 10 below. If PQRS is a rectangle and PTS is a semicircle, if area of PQRST is 105 cm square, calculate the radius of the semicircle PTS. Okay, simple. Now, what happened is I take a wire, I make a wire lah. So I bent it. This is all wire. So I bent
Mhm.
it to make all together to 40 cm, all this 40 cm I bent the fella. Okay. So what I did is now we can see is a like a shape, So we must see the hint. So here on top here is T, on top here is P, O, S, Q, as we see in the diagram S. You must draw. In exam, you must try to draw Q and R. So now what they do is they say PQRS. PQRS is a rectangle. So that means there's a shape of a rectangle here. Can you see? That means here is a rectangle.
Ah, yes, I did.
So PTS is a semicircle. So they ask if the area of PQRS, the total area is 105 cm squared. They say calculate the radius of the PTS. So radius is where? Radius is from here to here. This is the radius. This is the radius. Yeah? No,
Yeah, that makes sense.
the circle we learn is a red. So now let's solve it. Okay. Now as we see, we know that here is y. Okay, and here
Adi, down the solving part I do. You just tell the concept.
okay. All right. So if you can see, the SR is a Y and then the QR is a 2X. So from here already, I know something already. Okay. Oh, the police on.
Ambulance.
Ambulance.
Alright. So from here already, I know something already. They say the total length is 40 cm. So what I can do is I don't know this whole value here, So I can say this value as Z. Okay. So will be 2x plus, okay, plus 2y because here go y also. What?
Yeah.
So will be 2y here plus with z will be 40. So that will be the
Yeah, I don't understand this.
okay. So it's simple. Just now, right? Just now the wire we took like this, right?
40 cm you bend it, right?
Bend it.
Okay.
So total 40 cm.
Okay.
So we go rectangle. So that means this side here is y, this side here is y. This side is 2x, but here we don't know here what. The half here, the half circle here we don't know.
Yeah.
So we don't know PTS. So we can say PTS as a variable Z, or we can put as Q or Y. So
Okay.
we can put inside. So because it's unknown, we do not know. So we can put it in the formula. The first thing you do is you must make a formula. So after that you can know already where to go. And
Okay.
the very first thing you must draw a diagram. You all understand, right? How I did it?
Yeah. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. Because we don't know PTS. We only know PQ, SR, and QR only. But we don't know PTS. So PTS we can put as Z. You understand, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So Bhuvan will be solving.
Yeah.
Bhuvan, in your first equation, the 2x plus 2y plus z is equal to 40.
Wait, let me check. 2x, what you get?
2x plus 2y plus z equals to 40.
The Z thing you must use the formula to find. Can find the value actually, but in terms of another variable.
But more simpler form like that, right? So you can use the value z there.
Because this one, remember the perimeter we find, right? The equation, the equation for the area only got two variables. So if you add another variable Z, you compare 3 with 2. So quite tough.
Oh, okay. So there's a formula, lah. But simple is that we can know as that first, right? As the basic.
Which one?
Okay, so that means we can use pi r, lah.
Yeah, that formula, the one.
Okay, guys. Now, as Bhuvan said, we do you see in your chapter 1 at maths from 5 what they taught about circles, radians, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so as you know, when like this we don't know the r, right?
Yeah.
Okay, we don't know the angle, but here will be 90 degrees angle because straight, what all straight. So what we can use is this will be the s, what, so there will be a formula called s equals to pi r. This is Z, you know. This is about the Z, how to get
Okay.
the Z. So as you know, the radius we do not know, the radius we don't know, but we know the angle is 90 degrees. But we want to find the S. So S we goes to pi r. So the pi 90 degrees into radian will be 1.57 r.
Adi, that one is theta, not pi.
Oh,
That's
sorry.
So,
Theta.
sir, pi is
Theta.
like pi is the movement. Show me your shit.
Ah.
Movement, show me your shit.
oh, very good.
Open your camera, movement, show me your shit.
Bro, open the shirt, bro.
Open
Whole circle.
that pi.
Oh, you okay? Sorry. So theta times r. So it's got 1.57 times r. So that means from here we know the s already. But z will be 2sy because here will be sy here, or more s here, right?
Yeah.
Okay, you understand, Aishan?
Yeah.
Okay. So that means the 1.57 r times v2, you will get altogether 1.57 times 2. If I'm not second, 2 point. Let me use calculator this time. Okay, will be 3.14.
Okay.
Okay, will be 3.414 r. So we know z is 3.14 r. So we know we can make an equation from this down here there. 2x plus with 2y. This one 2x plus with 2y. Tambah with this one no z no this one 2.
Okay.
Only the day.
Tambah with the 3.14 r equals to 40. Do you understand this part?
The R you can use X, Aldi, because X is the radius. So.
Shit, Dabun. You telling me all. Oh, yo.
Please mind your language, Aldi. This will
Oh,
be sent to our
yo. Okay, guys.
to Ketua Panitia.
Oh, yo.
God,
Okay, guys. Now, right. Now, right. Okay. You can see here with R here, right? So that means here so be R what? Right?
Uh-huh.
So same length what? Can you see?
Yeah.
So that means what I do is easy. The R here will be
What's that, lah? Like handshake.
so so that means is okay, let's just see lah. This now I will circle like that. So this is the R here, there's one more R here. And then
Okay.
down here is 2x. So what I can do is I divide like that. So here will confirm be two one
R.
here, and then one here will be
Oh.
one x. You understand?
So basically, the R equals X.
So basically R is equals to x.
Oh.
You understand, Ishan?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now my turn.
Okay. So you update before that, Buen.
Mm.
So that now 2x will be the 2x plus 2y plus with 3.142x equals to 40. So now Bhuvan would use this equation to inside his calculation. So let's see from Bhuvan.
Okay, so
But before that, everyone understand how I got
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
Alright.
okay, so what Aldi chose to do to find this length of arc is actually using the Nmax frame because it's using in the form of radian. But actually, if you recall your lower form maths, you can also use another method which is in the degree method. There's a formula to find length of arc. If you know your lower form maths, length of arc over 2 pi r equals to theta over 360 degree. This can be used to find this length of arc by using the angle here and also the radius. So this is a shortcut from what Aldi did, but you get the same answer actually. So length of arc over the pi you can leave it if you want to see. The question says use pi equals 227, so 22/7, so you have no choice. So you have to show your substitution here. And then radius, as I already said, if you take 2x over 2, you will get xcm. Means the xcm applies throughout the semicircle here. Everywhere is xcm until the end here. So here is x, here is also x. That's why the radius is x. So you put x here. And then if I say the angle, what do you think is the angle of this semicircle? Aldeep,
Angle 90 degrees.
more bigger there. Always can
Why?
try also.
Why you saying more bigger?
Because you are considering the whole semicircle, not divide to two yet.
Oh, dah lah ada pun.
180.
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
Oh,
Mm.
straight line.
Yeah, this one's angle of half rotation means you just take 180 degree. Because if you cut into two only, then you get 90 here. If one semicircle like this, one whole semicircle like this here is always 180 because it's a straight line. No? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a straight line. So then you simplify this 180 over 360, you can simplify to 1 over 2. So 2 times the length of arc is actually 44 over 7x. So your length of arc will be same as what Aldeep got. Only thing I got is in fraction, which will be, let me see, 22 over 7x. So 22 over 7x is actually the pi value. Look. Or like Aldeep got was in decimal. So this is actually 3.142. But to be more accurate, use this inflection formula, because if you round off to decimal, your final answer might not get the whole value that the answer scheme gives, then might go wrong. So try using fractions always. So this is how you will get your perimeter. So 2x plus y plus 22 over 7x plus y equals to 40. So this is your first equation. This is how you get in. Because they're using the 40 cm wire to bend this whole shape like this, the whole round like this. This is perimeter. And then your second equation is from the area. So I think let Ishan try how you form your second equation. What is your idea? Like how will you solve it?
Must I take like the 2x and then times the 22 over.
Okay, this one, this shape is what shape first? This shape,
This
the bottom one.
what's the shape? Rectangular or square? It looks like square.
Rectangle.
Okay.
Correct. Because you see the sides they give you here is 2x and y. Different variable means different value. If square must all same sides. Then the top one is, I said, it's
Semicircle.
So this area plus this area will equal to the one they give in the question, PQRST 105. So that's how you get it.
Oh.
So what's the area of a rectangle?
1 over 2, then base times height.
Yeah, same length times width. Okay. So then for semicircle,
What's your question?
area of semicircle.
Half of the area of the circle.
Yeah, that's the idea. That's what I wanted. Yeah. So if you see the area of circle will be pi r square. So basically, this is a circle. This is what they are showing you on the top part, the half of the circle. So area of circle is pi r square. So if you take semicircle,
1 over 2 pi
That's
r
half.
square.
What?
1 over 2 pi r square.
Yeah, that's how you divide it. Look, 1 over 2 pi r square, because it's half of it. So that's how. So how you want to combine those two to get 105, like the equation.
Excuse me.
How you gonna combine it? Adib, you can share your way so if you want.
Yes, boss.
You can share your way.
Can you give me the two equation you made it?
Not yet. Never make the second equation yet. Now we forming.
Oh,
How you like get the how to express the total area as 105.
okay, brothers. Last simi, tunjuk saya tunjuk. Okay.
Oh, Nobel award winner comedy.
So just now kita boleh tengok buan buat macam ni, dia letak macam ni.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Okay. So sekarang banyak senang.
Okay.
Okay. Now here we know is 2x, here is y. Then we know here, if here is, why my y go up there? Alright. So if we know here 2x, that means we know here is y. So here, so okay. So that means if just now like Boone said, so this is like how I say, if here 2x will be 2x. So okay, then when we divide to 2, here will be x and x. You understand, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So now what we can do is we can know the how to get the volume area. So what's the area of S is a pi r 1 or 2 pi r squared. Okay. So we learned in the formula the area of how to get one distance radius is 1 or 2 pi r square, right?
Okay.
Okay. Correct, 1 or 2 pi r square, right? One quadrangle.
Correct.
So the one quadrangle is 1 or 2 pi r square. This one, I'm not taking both of it. So if I know I'm taking both, what I can do, first I do this one first to show you one quadrangle. So will be 1 or 2 sine theta here will be 1.57 because 90 degrees what?
Mm-hmm.
Correct? Here will be 90 degrees here. See here, so 90 degrees, the box. Yeah?
Yeah.
Alright. You understand that? You all understand that?
Yeah.
Okay. So then here will be x squared. Okay. So what we do after that is we know 1.57, so it will be 1.57 x squared over 2. Okay. So we got two places now. So we know we got two tempat here. So this is the first quadrangle. This is the second one. So will be 2 times 3, 1.57. This is times 1.57 x squared over 2. So what do you get? You cut, you get 1.57 x squared. Okay. After that, what you do is, okay, we take the 2x, okay, here we already found the area on top here. We found already the area on top here. Okay. Now we want to find the area of here. So what we do is, we take 2x times y, you get 2xy. Okay. Now, 1.57, okay, that means I can say 1.57 x squared plus with 2xy, you get altogether 105 cm squared. Voila, here you go.
That 1.57 actually you can like convert it to fraction lah, just in case.
Yeah, it just in case, but voila, here you go.
Yeah, that's basically what I did. Yeah. 11/7 is the one.
I know that Bhuvan, you flexing so much. I'm not as smart as you, okay?
So that's how you do it lah, actually. Then the solution is just the normal way lah, substitution, elimination things. Okay.
Okay.
Day.
Adi, you can stop share first. We take picture first. Proof.
Oh, proof.
Later I'll send the solution in the group so that you guys can refer.
Alright, sir.
Wait. Hey, Adi, you must open camera.
Oh, you're well handsome.
I look like a crazy guy.
What to do? How to open?
Okay, I'll open my camera, but don't look at me.
Stop recording.
Hello.
Peaky Blinder.